Back in full effect. Guys, how are you doing? Um, Straight out of the office this time, no special environments, no travels, uh, nothing but yeah, just the simple office. And I have to say we were like a little absent because I was sick for 2 weeks. We had a plan to do something in Bogota with the roses, but yeah, unfortunately I was at home with a big fever. But now I'm back. Hey Jan, you are there. Today we are going to talk with a good friend of mine. He knows us pretty well, and he is. And for the people who don't know me, my name is Guillermo Maecha. I'm from Icon Selections. We are a breeder. We are doing roses and chrysanthemum. And yeah, here he is. How you doing, bro?
How you doing, my man? Hi, skinny. I don't know if they're talking to me or talking to you. I'm pretty skinny, so whenever they say skinny, I get it. What's up? How you doing, man?
What's
Thanks
up,
for having me
man?
on the show. I appreciate you.
No, it's really nice to have you here. We planned it for months right now, because yeah, I have still have a lot of people who want to want to get on the show and talk with me. So it's just crazy. I really love it. And you know that tomorrow you will be at Woopsa doing the same stuff. And actually, Buzzy was the one who ignited this for Icon for me. And look, now you're here, and we had some really interesting guests, and there will be a lot of guests coming up.
Jan is
Tell the
saying
people.
Guillermo lost a lot of weight, so she's got to be
Yeah,
skinny.
man. I lost 4 kilos. I lost 4 kilos. The first day I came back here on the office, the people were like, "Wow, wow, you should buy new clothing because this is not fitting you."
Jeff Fresh has two fat guys talking flowers. Today it's two skinny guys talking flowers.
Yeah, two skinny guys talking flowers. Yeah, shout out to Jeff Fresh.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So funny. No, yeah, I'm eating. I'm eating right now, and I'm trying to get back on the sporty ways, and hopefully we'll gain some weight again. Because yeah, I was like 3 days really, really sick in bed without sleeping, without eating, trembling, and it was pretty
Wow.
heavy. But yeah,
Wow.
here,
Good.
here we
Good.
are back
Good.
again.
And talking flowers.
And talking flowers. Hey, bro, let's start off. Who are you? What are you doing? And yeah, I think it's always the nice story to tell. How did we met?
I like that story, so I look forward to sharing that one because it means a lot to me. But I'm Sahid Nahim, the owner and founder of New Bloom Solutions, and my partner company is Above All Flowers. We're a business solution agency, basically connecting people to either buyer and grower flowers or to solutions like website design, SEO, consulting, and innovation. So we also support and promote and bring into market with business development, not just flowers, not just services, also innovations and startups and entrepreneurs. So we like to support that and create an ecosystem for that.
Nice. Yeah, you're really nice. How long are you being part of New Bloom Solutions?
So Blue Bloom's been up for 3 years, above all 15, and then I've been in the industry for 17. So I worked with Esmeralda. The other day I interviewed my old boss, Mark Dubner. I've also interviewed Rodrigo. But so I started 17 years ago, and then I went from Esmeralda to Royal Flowers, where I worked for Royal Flowers for about 6 years or so as well.
Okay. And all in sales or also other
Uh,
parts?
no, I was in sales, man. I was in sales. I was working. I learned a lot from Esmeralda because of their innovation. I learned a lot from Royal because of the experience they had in the room. They had a lot of different experience on people with many different walks of life from wholesale. So I learned a lot there. And then I was a trainer at Esmeralda for many years, training all the new sales reps and mentoring the new sales reps as well. From there, that's when I started, I learned what innovation was. You had a company like Esmeralda that built itself on innovative products. They were one of the first to ever have Zoom before Zoom was a thing, and we would stand there and sell products online on a camera, and I'm talking 12 years ago, you know?
Yeah,
So
crazy.
I learned a lot of the power. They were the first ones to have internet, e-commerce, right?
Nice.
So I really learned the power of innovation, the power of being first to market. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
We're cold there as well.
Yeah. So being, first to market and what technology was. So working with my customers, I was just telling the story today to Dina from Bildoran, I think, that you'd call people and say, hey, you want more, you want something. Yeah, I want to book a business. Are you doing
Yeah.
anything differently? No, not really. That's when the idea came that why not have a company that provides not only flowers, but services and solutions and support, media, education, connecting, networking, and just doing a little bit of everything to help the industry and its customers within it.
Yeah, I think it's really important. And but the face-to-face contact is also important.
Yeah.
And we met at the PMA. Remember that year?
No, we didn't meet at PMA. We met at Wolfsa.
Ah,
Well,
Gulsa. Okay, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah.
clearly, and I love to share the story because it's a testament of how a little encouragement helps people continue their way. And so I was walking around Wolf's with my little list of companies to reach out to that had horrible websites. And at that point, you were working with another company and you were one on my list. So I walked up to you and I said, hi, my name is Sahid of New Solutions. I do websites and different innovations. And you go to me, hey, man, this company's not interested, but give me your business card. You grabbed my business card and you took it to 3 people. You left your booth and you took off and you gave it to 3 people. And I got a phone call from one of them. I don't remember who it was, but I know I got some business out of it. And that was just a testament of how a little encouragement and a little direction, even from, you didn't even know me from Adam, right?
No.
But that really meant a lot to me, and you always have my loyalty for that little bit of support. And I think that's what we need to create more of in our industry of more curiosity versus judgment, right? Hey, this crazy guy's running around. I can see him hustling. Let me help him,
Yeah.
and that's what we try to pay it forward. So thank you, and it was a pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you again.
Now we see each other in different shows, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice to also watch what you're doing and see your expertise and learn from you guys because I'm just 5 years in the game and in a really niche, which is the breeder, and I'm still learning. So yeah, that's important to have someone also over there who who you trust, and where you can talk with and ask questions about how things are going.
Yeah.
Um, of course, yeah, we need to talk about what we are doing right now. Social media. We know in other icon selection connects. I talk with other guests, and the red line is that the people say that maybe people here in Colombia, I don't know how it is in the States right now, but the people are still really traditional in the flower business if it comes to use of social media and the stuff what we're doing. What do you see?
It's another tool, and it's an important tool, not only to and not it's not intended anymore to just talk about your brand, right? It's really intended to become a tool like this that you can educate, connect, engage your customer by adding value to them outside of the sales cycle. Because for us, it's only about the transaction. Okay, you sold a flower, cool, good luck. But what about the education? Many years ago, I saw something on Netflix, and it was literally that airlines are their own media company. Credit card companies are their own media company. And within those, and there's many other avenues to show an example, but credit card companies, what do? They help you book a concert.
Yeah.
Airlines, what do they help you do? They shop online, or they help you, they have a lounge. There's additional things that they do for their customer to either enhance their experience or to improve their experience and lifestyle. And that's the same way that I look at social media. It's having that as a tool of communication, a tool of engagement, a tool to highlight your customers. Use your social just like you're doing now, just like I did for Berkeley's when you were also a big fan of us with COVID and I give a testament to that for helping keep that business going, because we connected to the florist. We gave the florist a voice. So not only using it to create your voice, but using it to engage and collaborate with other florists, create and collaborate with other companies and add value, it's important. It's very important. You are losing opportunities in the sense that Instagram, it's a lot harder to do organic growth right now, right? Very hard, but you get very creative. So we run New York Flower Market, Instagram, NYC Flower Market, _Flower Market as a passion project for the last 4 years. We have maybe 13,000 followers, and all that is organic, reshared, user-generated content. So we reshare the content that people tag us in the market, and it just builds. Because we're not talking about us, right, or the market. We're talking about what the customer shared or what their experience was. So using it in creative ways and also jumping onto platforms early. Don't wait until it's a passe or past. Jump on TikTok. Right now, TikTok is crazy. Jump on TikTok, jump on these things early to get that momentum. And don't be afraid of spending a little ad spend, but use it purposely. So a farm, for example, and let me know when I'm ranting, but a farm, for example, could use it to get someone that's curious, like a wholesaler, to go from there to their website, to get into their email list, and then to start targeting them through your email list. So use it as a tool.
Yeah, yeah. What I see is, of course, what I do. You know, I'm really far away from the market, like in a sense, because I'm not selling my product directly to the people. You know, my chrysanthemums and roses, I try to sell them to the growers, you know, and they have the task to sell their stuff to the people. So I'm far away, but what I intended and what I'm intending to do with this is also what you just said, is educate people, right? Um, uh, uh, like showing our products and tell them how the products are getting to the grower, and then they see these growers, and then they're checking our Instagram, checking our flowers, and then they like, hey, for instance, there is our product again, Linette, which is the vintage flower, which is really popular. The people know it right now, you know, they see it from Instagram, they hear people talking about, and so the demand of Linette is like increasing right now. People are asking for more Linette because it's a vintage color and it's a popular color. But right now, let's be honest, you know, there are 8 people looking at us right now, and it's not 100, which I would prefer, obviously, because then I have a bigger reach, and they can tell their friends as well. So I know that's the other thing from doing social, is that like a lot of people are doing it, you know. So there are a lot of trees in the forest, and what you said is, for me, it's also still really difficult. How can I be different from the rest, you know?
And you know, when I started during COVID, right? So it was March like 26th. I was like, man, you know, Berkeley closed its doors. So I saw that as almost maybe the last time they would open it, or for they close their doors for the last time. So I jumped on there. Then from there, there's been, you know, obviously John was before us as well when it came to doing his thing on YouTube. Then I jumped in, and now everybody, people are doing it. But it's because it's going to become the norm.
Yeah.
It's only caught on to the flower industry because of COVID, but it was in other industries, and other people were doing it. And not only that, companies were doing it, not just for influencers. Companies were doing it prior. Now it's just a thing that everybody's kind of have to have in their repertoire. Why? Because marketing is many layers. And there's not one layer that works together. A sandwich doesn't work if you don't have another sandwich on top of things in the middle, right? Sorry for my metaphor, but it's almost like that you need all these layers so that one layer works with the other layer, and then sooner or later you catch a fly, right? Or you catch something, because it's just layer after layer after layer after layer. So it is obviously about being different, but it's all also about being yourself, being authentic, right? And then just enjoying what you're doing, and you know, sticking to topics could help, things like that, like keywords, because those would help your keywords. So if you pick a topic and you stick to that topic, you know, then the keyword will help you when you're looking up SEO or what have you. But it's really just going with your passion, man. And a lot of the shows that have been successful has just been a little camera, a background, and just talking, you know,
Yeah.
and the guests make it, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, the people who want to be on the show mostly right now are the salespeople of the growers, and I think that's really interesting.
Hmm.
Right now, you are the first one who is not like attached to what we are doing as a breeder. I'm going to have some really interesting designers, some big ones. They are going to be in the show as well. And actually, I'm speaking to a lady, which is also, she is part of a big university in the USA. She did a marketing investigation on how to sell your flowers to the new generations, which I think is also really interesting, you know. And so I'm looking to for a balance and educate the people with different views and different experience in the flower business.
And the intention of the Bloom Show is, which now I went from Berkeley's and I started my own thing, is really to give everybody a voice, right? I want people to get to know people on a personal level. And that's what I think that our community, and that's how I hope to help community and build community, and then allowing for networking. There's been, believe it or not, a lot of networking happening because, hey, they call me later, hey, I want to connect with this person.
Yeah.
So I've been able to help people network through the show. So really giving someone a voice and a platform to tell their story has been very beneficial for me and rewarding, self-rewarding, to see the interaction between people connecting through the show.
Yeah.
You know, so that's my intention really has been that in education. So look, the logistics roundtable that we did, the women's roundtable, we're actually honored and super excited and a little nervous. We're going to do a big thing at Fun in the Sun. So we're basically doing a flower couch decked out, and we'll be in different locations at the party. And so it's been a lot of fun. This adventure of this little show, which is a small show, like you said. There's 8 people watching, but the flower industry is really small. And I think that to fill a room with 8 people, to have them for 30 minutes, that is a great feat, man. You know, that you're getting 30 minutes worth of attention from 8 people. That rarely happens. You know,
Yeah.
so a testament to you. You're doing good. You know, keep it going, because 7, 8 people, even one, you got one person's attention, and I think it's worth the time, because then the information stays for years to come as well. So it's not about how many people are watching today. I've had shows that, you know, they're watched for like 35 people come on and watch, and then we had 3,000 views because it took off and it was really important information. So it's just really about the end use and how, you know, who benefits from the information in the future.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. The thing is that obviously, at the end of the day, we need to get sales done, right?
Yeah.
Because you know, we have families at home and they need food. But the thing is that you know, I don't want. I'm not. How can I say it? How can I explain it? You know, this I know this will not give me the opportunity to sell more of my varieties. But the thing is, for me, which is really important, is to be there, to show my face, to be there, that people know, hey, Icon Selections, they have some really, really nice varieties, you know, and I need to get them. And how they talk about it, it's their passion. Probably this is also in the genetics of the flowers, you know, and I think this is true, of course, with Mark being our breeder. So I think for us, it's more important to get the name out for now, you know, and show the varieties on Instagram. You know, right now I don't have flowers to show. I was in doubt. I wanted to have some stuff here and show it to you, but I was like, no, no, today no, because Sahid is a different guest. So, but yeah, of course, still we want to sell
Dude,
our flowers
dude,
now
I like
regardless, you
flowers,
know.
dude.
I know you like flowers.
I think I like flowers, right? I think I like flowers. But thank you for having me as one of your first non-flower but flower guests, but not flower designer guests. And like I
Uh-huh.
said again, man, it's really about adding value to your customers. And you're doing one thing that you may intentionally or not intentionally doing. You're giving your customer a voice. So you're adding value to your customer. You're
Yep.
giving them a service to have a platform to add a voice to their mission or to their company. That is dividends and ROI for sure because it creates loyalty and it adds value to your customer. You know,
Yep.
that's just really important in itself.
Yep. Hey, and talking about customers, I hear.
I was about to give Blue Monday a shout out. He just made
Oh,
I was about to give him a shout out. You are creating connections and people buy from people. So keep doing what you're doing to both of us. So I would assume both of us, but I was about to give
Adam.
Adam Mason. He's a content
Adam
creator,
Mason.
right? We
Adam, amazing.
Yeah, Adam amazing. Amazing.
The
Um,
base. Yeah, man, I
Adam's
miss him
awesome.
too.
His business is doing really well. He's one of the startups that we support and represent.
Blue Monday,
He's
yeah.
doing
Look
a
them up
special
and
thing.
connect with him, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a special thing for Cal Flowers. He's doing all that and also filming the Bloom Show live from Cal Flowers. So it's been pretty cool to be working with Adam. Thanks for checking in, Adam.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Yeah, really, really. And Jan also, Jan Haaksman, I have to explain who he is. He is also commenting. He is one of the owners of Icon.
Oh,
He is
nice.
a
Nice to
Dutch
meet you.
guy. He's living in
Cool.
Holland. And yeah, you know, he knows a lot of flowers as well. Worked a lot of years in Delhi floor. Knows a lot of marketing, and he has a really clear view of where we need to go with Icon. And he said also like, yeah, what you're doing with the Icon Selection Connect, it's crazy. It's nice. You know, you show the people, you show the people something. You give them information, and next to that, you connect again, and you give them information about your varieties and what you're doing special. We are the first breeder in the whole world who are doing this on Instagram. There is no other breeder, not a rose breeder, not a aster breeding, not nobody. We are the first doing this as a breeder, and I think, yeah, I can say that I'm pretty proud of that. You know.
You jumped on it. You jumped on it. So someone's
um,
saying something. You want to read that?
Guys, thank you for the advice. Started my business and hope grow every day in this wonderful business. Orchi Bellas, Bejas. Yeah, of course. And whatever you need, you also can connect to us. Although you're not busy with roses or chrysanthemum, if you need any tips, any help or contacts, just send me a message or send a message to Sahid, and we are there to help, of course.
100%.
Hey, we were talking about customers, and yeah, the last few weeks I was sick, but I was still in contact with people, uh, um, and people talk to me about like e-commerce. There are more opportunities now going on. Websites where you can order your flowers and all that stuff. Do you see a grow in e-commerce as well?
Yeah, obviously, but there's different, I want to say sectors or models of e-commerce.
Uh huh.
You know, you have the B2C that we saw the takeoff with that during COVID, how that exploded. And that woke everybody up saying, okay, these urban STEM guys, they're for real, right?
Yeah.
And it does work to ship FedEx a box of roses. It might not be the best quality, but the consumer's accepting it.
Hmm.
So we've gotten a lot of phone calls and a lot of different contracts to help consult, to educate and how to do it, how to do it right, because it's not just you build it, they will come.
No.
I do see it as a part of our business forever. It's not going to go away. It's not going to fail. It's going to have its successes and it's going to have its failures, right? Sorry, you know, I was contradictory, but it's going to have its successes and it's going to have its failures. Now, what I want to encourage is wholesalers to think about it, distributors to think about it as well, because it's not just for the e-commerce companies or it's not just for the florists. I've been very successful in creating websites for wholesalers that allow them to work with their limitations, because not all wholesalers have the inventory control, not all wholesalers have the team to pull the orders, let's say, but to work with their limitations to give them a platform where their customers could come, get value by making it easy for them to either put a wish list or place an order and grow sales from there. So I've worked with one of my wholesalers, and we're getting about 90 new customer sales a month. That's something. That's a little drip, right? So thinking of it as it's not only this big, scary thing, that you could actually bring it down to the basics and use it for any model that you have. And going away from the fact that it used to be all about me, 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 now add value, add a blog, add a lead magnet, add a way to grab an email so that you can stay in touch and give them more information and share things like this that you're having on Instagram, let's say, or sending them a clip of the Instagram because it's educational. It's still going to be successful. So going back to your question, e-commerce is here to stay. There's different types of sectors, and it is available for everybody, no matter the sector that you're in, as long as you use it towards your strengths and understanding your weaknesses, but don't be afraid of them, because one way or another it could work for you.
Yeah. Well, of course, right now you're talking about the people in the United States.
Yeah.
But what I feel here in Colombia with the growers, that part is for me really important, is that they are anxious to get in there because of what? And I can explain it really simple. The quantities asked by e-commerce are not that big, you know? So there is doubt in, hey, can I sell a bed? A bed is 4,000 stems, you know? But if they ask just two boxes, that's not half a bat. Those are like, you know, 200, 500 stems, you know? And so they all the time they have to put in the growing process. That's also money, right? So what I see here is the hesitation of the growers to get in with these e-commerce, although it's growing.
So you mean as get in with e-commerce companies or start their own e-commerce?
Both. Yeah, both.
Yeah. Got it.
Both.
Got it. Yeah. Because I see that. I spoke to someone the other day and said that working with e-commerce is a little difficult because of the understanding of the business. They have one perspective on how it should work, and then there is the perspective of how it does work, right? So they're trying to adjust to each other. So there's been that difficulty of adjusting to the e-commerce because some of them come from other industries. So, you know, we're having that thing of one side against the other and trying to understand how each other work. And then since the beginning of COVID, there's a lot of companies that are doing it and going directly to consumer or going directly to florists under another name, another box, another name, and they're just using it as another channel. And, you know, it's a good example of not putting all your eggs in one basket. So they're really trying to diversify the way that they get their product from A to B, from point A to point B. So, or just, more sales. And it might not be tons and tons of sales, but it's an outlet that if something happens like COVID, then all of a sudden it picks up. You're happy that you had it. You're happy that you were set up for it.
Yeah. Now we saw in those 2 years that the selling of flowers went up like crazy,
And the consumer accepted it.
There were no flowers anymore. There was more demand than there was production, and that's crazy. And I think still it's a little bit like this right now. We are in the summertime, so it's wedding time, but it's still difficult to get some products around.
Yeah,
that's what I hear, and that's what I see. But I think what you say is actually good. I think people from the e-commerce should think about really well, because how it works, a farm really wants to work with someone who gets me fixed orders. And with the e-commerce, it's really difficult, I know. And for a farm, it's still a risk, right? If they last minute are going to cancel the white spider they ordered, then what are they going to do, So I understand the grower when he says, e-commerce for me is a risky business. I don't want to burn my fingers on that. But I
Yeah.
know that. But I know that the people want the flowers. I know it.
Yeah. But hey, I've never heard of a business that's not risky, right? you know, you know,
Of course.
it
No,
takes
of course, of
investment.
course.
It takes getting it right. So there's companies that are doing a killing with books. We have some clients of ours that we connect to these e-commerce that are doing amazing, selling to the books, to urban stems, and even to companies like I don't know if you've heard of like a Global Rose. Global Rose has been around for 15 something years doing that model.
Yeah.
It has to work for them, right? But it works for some and it doesn't work for others, and it just really depends on your mindset and also capabilities and what your risk reward is.
Yeah.
Again, it's another tool.
Yeah, that's true. Of course. Yeah, that's true. I think it's also. I think there is a opportunity for the growers themselves maybe to open up something because then they can control it more.
But we've seen that, and it's there. It's just very hush hush, but it's around, and there's some that are doing it and doing it well. There's some that are doing it, but without investing into SEO, without investing into marketing. If you just build a website, put some boxes on there, it's not going to move. It's not going to do
No,
it at all. And you
no.
need to invest into the SEO part of it, the business. You need to invest into the marketing, ad spend, social media to get it all going and running.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money. It's not cheap to do it right. That's
yeah.
why Urban Stems or My Poppy, one of them raised like $10 million. That wasn't because there's a VC, venture capital, that's crazy or stupid or doesn't know the business. That's because they studied the industry, they studied the market, they studied the model, and they said, hey, it's worth $10 million. So they invested in them. And if there's people investing $10 million into companies like that, there is something to look at, right? And something I also say, and sorry, my passion is Miami is the number 3 largest startup community in the country right now.
Okay.
VCs from New York, from Boston, and California all came to Miami. And what else is in Miami? The flower industry, the
Yeah.
mouth of the river of North American flower industry. That is a wedding of marriage waiting to happen. That's my belief, and we will see more startups coming into our industry of different kinds. It's not always about selling flowers. Not always about selling flowers. There's services and solutions and innovations that are working in other industries that will start working in the flower industries, and we've seen it done already.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was thinking about another thing. um, when the growers are doing like these, there was an initiative like for 3 years ago. I know I don't remember the name. Maybe you know it. It is a girl who
Okay.
is selling boxes with vases in it, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have to log in on their website, and they show you how to put in the flowers in this. It's just like flower box, or I don't know what it was. And I was like, how nice would it be that we could be there with varieties of icon in that box? Because what I heard was this, what she was doing was really popular. And I was like, yeah, I want to hop on that bandwagon. But then we started talking with growers, like I wanted to get that plan going with some growers, and they were like, nah, I'm not in Egypt because those are too small amounts. And so, yeah, of course, I'm thinking about like being there with my varieties and showing my varieties to the end customer, which I think is also important to do, and which for us is also difficult. Get there to the like icon selection. That people know icon selections. It's so difficult for the end consumer to get there. You know.
Yeah, but
So
I honestly, Ian, I'll speak to you as a friend. I think that that's a battle and an uphill battle you're not going to win because
I know.
there's so much noise at the consumer level. Where you want to get is the florist level, right? Because they're the ones that decide on the quality. I really don't see a consumer saying, "I want to make sure that you get me." Even the education of the product itself is difficult, and then educating on that specific brand is difficult. I'd be surprised that you know 30% of the world or the country knows what a pom-pom is. You know,
No,
even that
definitely.
word, right? So
I think
even to
definitely.
educate them on what pom-pom means is another level, and then to put that on top of icon is another level. But educating the florist, I think, is a better feat to achieve because they are the end customer to a point.
Yeah. Jan
So
is
that's my
saying Japan
opinion.
standing boxes are the norm in trade. And yeah, I think that's true. And I
What's
think it's
that?
also
What happened?
in Japan, standing boxes are the norm in trade. So like
Standing? What does that mean? Like standing orders?
fixed orders, fixed orders.
Yeah.
Like every month, I want to have 500 boxes of this and that, this color, this type of, and that's also where the money is, I think. So let's be honest. And then I really understand that the growers here in Colombia are a little bit hesitating to enter the e-commerce. Yeah, I understand them.
We worked with a couple of them that have dabbled in it, but it just you have to have the right mindset and you have to have the capital behind it. It's
Hey, and
not
let
going to
yeah,
cost
of
you.
course, and let be really honest, Sahid. I think yeah, sorry for the expression, but you have to have the balls to step into it.
Yes, you have to have those too. So 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 I'm looking for one right here, but you have to have those
Yeah,
for sure.
and if you are
And
really traditional, like the people here in Colombia, it's really difficult to make that step.
And you know what's interesting too, talking about that you're not just a Colombian, you're a Dutch Colombian, right? So
I'm a
so
Dutch Colombian, yeah.
what I've been hearing is that Holland and Europe is behind us right now. Because before Holland and Europe were the trendsetters, they were the ones way ahead of us in everything they would do, from varieties to the way that they set up auction to everything. It's the culture.
Yeah,
Now, all these guys that we talk to that are innovators, like, that are really into this, are saying Holland needs to figure something out. Europe needs to figure something out and catch up.
yeah,
So COVID was a positive reaction for us where we innovated, we connected, networking, community. We're getting it now. But there's other countries that are still a little behind. So looking at Colombia, it's not a surprise. But there's going to be one point that one of those guys are going to, okay, cool, we're going in, and then people will follow suit. And
it's even more. I can tell you this from experience. That right now, I'm getting 2 visits this year of people from Holland, from big businesses who are buying flowers, and they are going to be here like for a week and visiting farms to talk like, hey, guys, can I buy flowers from you? So there is going to be a shift, I think. It's what I tell you right now, it's still a bit below the radar. But yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. They are looking to prices, they're not looking to really to the quality. And
mm,
they are like they're coming here and they are going to check if it's possible to get flowers from Colombia into Holland.
wow. Yeah, it's exploration, man. It's innovation. It's trying new things and continuing to evolve. I think that our industry before COVID, we know that 2017 we're a downward track. 2018 we're a downward track because we were comfortable where we were. Then it shook up and we're like, oh man, let's do this. It's awesome. And then summer hits us and we're like, oh, but let's keep it going. Let's keep that
look,
energy and
look what
exploration and
Jan
new
is
things going.
you look what Jan is saying. He's defending his country, of course, and he says still Holland has the best designs, novelty farms, and of course, and that's true. We know, the biggest breeders are over there, and they are showing their
So
stuff over there,
Holland is an icon to the industry for sure. So,
yeah.
so no harm to Holland. We all love Holland, but just sharing some information we've heard as well that people, you gotta continue innovating, continue growing, and sometimes success could be our biggest enemy
Yeah,
because it's
yeah,
comfort
that's
level.
true. That's true, and I think, and I see it a bit the same. What I saw like 4 years ago, 3 years ago was like America is looking what is happening in Russia, because Russia is a big designer land, is a country of a lot of designers. Holland is also a country with a lot of designers who are doing like really out of the box stuff. Germany as well, France as well, and they were
Yep.
looking at that and they were not implementing it. But right now, what I am seeing, and I'm not sure if I'm right, but I'm also seeing right now some designers and from the United States with like really out of the box extravagant stuff coming out. You know, like wow, where did you get that from? and yeah, I really like that because that will create an opportunity for us as breeders as well to get our varieties in because we have so big range of colors and forms, and it should be shown to the people.
You know, what's interesting, you're saying that, it just reminds me of a story. You remember before social media, I remember as a salesperson, I would have to go into 1-800-Flowers or FTD onto their website and figure out what they were offering for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day to understand what to offer to my customers. You would
Mm-hmm.
go on there, and sometimes there was product that wasn't in season or was hard to find. And that's because the upper level was making the decisions, right? And they were dictating the trends that were going out to florists and to the consumer. Social media came up, and guess who's dictating the trends now? The florists.
Yeah.
The right people are dictating the trends now. And that's why we've seen such an evolution in design. There's so many different styles now that it's amazing. It's crazy. A mix of mediums and different ways of adding volume and just crazy. And that's because social media has given the power to the end customer to dictate the trend now, which is pretty interesting because this didn't happen before social.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's positive, and I think that maybe that's a little negative. Trends also can change quickly
Yep.
because of social media. You know,
Yep.
one day net can be the bomb, and another day, well, they are done with that flower, and they see something different, and they want that. You know.
Yep.
I think that's the difficult part, you
There's
know.
that there's ebb and flows, like they say. So it comes and goes and goes and comes, and what's old, what is new, what was old is now new, and what is new is now old. So it is what it is. You just have to roll with it.
Yeah, you have to roll with it.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to also talk about you. It's a really important thing, and we talked about it already. For us as breeders, it's really, really important. We have this year in August this big breeders event here in Colombia, and yeah, you are going to be in California. I think you will not attend Colombia. I think this
No,
year.
next year I'm working on a couple of things to do a show there live, and to report it live and do a couple of things there as we do with the Bloom Show. So next year will be the year. This year I think I'm going to Cal Flowers. I'm going to Spain next week, where I'll be doing
Okay.
a couple of things there, and then I'm going to Cal Flowers, then Next Gen, SAF, Exo Flores, Holland, and then next year I'll do the ones that I missed.
Okay, nice, 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 nice. Yeah, well, to inform the people, what we're doing in August is the end of August. We have a week where all the breeders here in Colombia are showing their new in their showrooms, the new trends, the new colors, the new forms they have, and it's a whole week. And in the middle of the week, there's also a like a no, can I say Congress? No, it's something like a party where there is a panel speaking about stuff which is interesting for the flower business with the focused on chrysanthemum. So that's also really really nice. And if you guys who are looking are interested to come by and visit us in Colombia, yeah, just send me a
So let,
message
let me
and we
ask you a
can.
question. So let's say someone wants to go to Colombia, and I think it's called Chrysanthemum Week, right? Because you haven't said the word, but it's
Yeah,
Chrysanthemum Week
chrysanthemum
we're
week.
talking about. Cool. So let's say someone goes. How do they get connected? Where do they go? What are they going to experience? If let's say a florist says, "Oh, I want to go to this. Chrysanthemum is my favorite flower." How do they get connected, and what are they going to experience?
Well, obviously they have to
Yeah.
connect with me. That's the number one. Connect with me, and I get you in. What can you expect? Well, you will be traveled by bus to all the breeders here, and it's a lot. We have 10 breeders showing their new varieties, and you will be drowned into flowers. You will be see more than 1,000 different varieties of flowers, and you will be have having the opportunity to talk with the breeder about the trends and the colors you like, and maybe even get more info on where to get these varieties, you know? Because I think there is still a barrier, like with people, where do I get this stuff, you know? And that we can intermediate with that as well. So I think it's a network week, it's a trend week, and if you love flowers, you will be
Flower Week.
overwhelmed by flowers that week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I think you have a question here.
Yeah, and I see a lot of questions.
You.
First, we need to go to Jan, and he says, in USA, palms with green centers are novelties according to growers. In Europe, it gives a fresh look and mass product. Hope the market embraces the fresh impression. Yeah, it's still you know what we see here in chrysanthemum. People are going for the white cushion, and they don't want to have a green center in it.
Yeah.
But in Europe, it's the other way around. You know, give me that cushion which is white, but when it has a green center, I like it because then it has that fresh impression. I don't know if that ever will change, but I think that's also our task to keep still showing those type of varieties as well with this fresh impression in mind.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
I think Adam amazing is
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, he says, what he says. That's why education is key. Breeder growers need to understand the end consumer needs. And the end consumers need to understand the breeding growing timelines to bring to the market. Yeah, of course, maybe you're right, you know, you made your point like, hey, focus on the florists because maybe that's your end client. And I think maybe you're right in that, you know. It's easier to get to them than to the average man of the street, as to say it like that. Uh,
But so an idea that I had many years ago. If you pick a niche within the consumer, like brides, you might have an opportunity to break through because it's a small niche, it's a circle, it's a community. Bride is going to see it over and over again. That it's going to build a name within event planners. So that can work a little bit. You just have to be creative and how to do that.
yeah, that's true.
But there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, man. So there's always a way that it could work.
And you need to be creative, and we know that. And yeah, I try to be really creative. So next year we will be having a great big booth at ProFlora.
Nice.
Next year's ProFlora, it's really important for us here in Colombia, the biggest flower fair there is in the whole world. And there we have to shine.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And you're going to
Hey,
Ecuador, I imagine, or no?
sorry?
Are you
No.
going to Expo?
Expo Floor. No, we're not going to Expo Floor. No.
Okay, gotcha.
No, we're not going to Expo Floor. We are focusing right now on the week 35, the chrysanthemum week, and after that I will be directly flying after that week to Orlando, where we will be participate with some varieties at the SAF event.
That's a yes. Yeah, I'll be there as well.
Nice. Then we can hug each other again.
You got and have a beer. Have a beer.
Nice. Hey, to round it up, I know that for you maybe it's difficult to say, but do you think that we as a breeder, and again I have to really underline that we are a breeder, we are far away, and maybe I don't know it's just throwing it on the table. What we are doing to promote us, like being on Facebook, being on Instagram, having a website, doing this icon selection connects with people. Do you think for a breeder it's worthwhile doing it?
For anybody, if you have a business and you want to stay connected with your customers, you want to give them an avenue to have a conversation with you, or you want to give them an avenue to educate them and give them value. Always think about that added value. It's not about the transaction. That's the days of the old. right? It's really about what else do you offer your customers that is at no charge for them, that shows them that you're loyal to them and that you're loyal to their growth. You're loyal to investing back into your customer, right? Marketing is not any longer about patting your chest. That's not what it's about anymore. It's about marketing to support your customer's business. And if that means social media, it depends how you use it, obviously. If that means email marketing, it's important, I think, throughout all industries, no matter small or big, no matter if you haven't changed your business model for 100 years and you're still doing things the same way, sooner or later you're going to sell, and the person behind you is going to jump on social media and use it as a marketing tool and a connection tool, or you're just not going to do it and you're going to stay where you're at for the many years and have small growth. So I believe that it's really, really important to build community. We've seen it done. You saw me do it, right, with just Berkeley's, and whoever thought that a wholesaler of 75 years and kind of didn't even have an Instagram was able to become a dominant little show during that whole time, and that just created community and loyalty with customer base. So I really think it's super important for everybody, especially for you. Why? Because you support many different customers, right? Your product isn't about just supporting the grower. You're also supporting the florist, the wholesaler. So it's very important for you to do your own marketing, and this is it. This is the marketing. And if you're not in it, you're out of it. And if you're out of it, you're losing opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I totally agree. And I have to say, it was a question, but I have to say I really feel good in what we are doing, how we are doing it. It's also it's searching for the right way how to do things. And I got a lot of help with Jan about it. And I think we're on the right way. We have our newsletter. So if you want to have the newsletter, just give me a heads up and I can put you on our list. It's a monthly newsletter where we are providing everybody with new information about Icon, invitations to events where we're attending. So maybe that's really nice. Just leave your mail in the Instagram messages, and I will put you on the mailing list. We're doing this Instagram Connects, and I get a lot of positive comments, and I feel, I feel proud that we are doing it. And we can also, enlighten the people with our information, and it's really great to do.
And highlighting your customers. You're giving your customers 30 minutes to talk about their business, and that's awesome, right? Yeah. And they appreciate that, and they ask you for it. And just like Jan says, exactly, community branding. And that's what it is. It's like community branding. It's goodwill marketing. And goodwill marketing is not a ploy. It's just something you do. And it does pay benefits, or it doesn't pay benefits, okay. But these are things that you're doing that are good to add to the community. And as you know, man, and I'll give a shout out to Blake Boosie. I'll give a shout out to Rosa Prima. They're doing their own thing. Real does a great newsletter that they've been doing it for years, almost like a magazine. So there are companies that are taking on to this. SAF, Amanda Jelensky is also doing a little show as well. So all these people from Thurs, Arnold is doing a show. John's going to redo his show again for the Flower Circus. It's a thing. It's a thing. Either you're in, you're out. If you're out, okay. And if you're not in and you're out, enjoy it. Enjoy us doing it.
No, and I see the popularity because the people want to be there. I am full until December.
There you go. I'm surprised you were able to schedule it. That's awesome. Good job, man. It's not easy, man, to call everybody. What are you doing? Twice a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, one.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I'm doing them on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. on YouTube and LinkedIn, because Tuesdays is really slow in the flower industry. So I thought, yeah, let's do it on Tuesdays now. Give it a try and see what's up.
Yeah. Well, what we are doing here is, that sometimes it's really difficult to get with the people because they are salespeople. They're not there. They are in a fair or they're abroad. Sometimes it's difficult to keep my day going like every Wednesday. But I will see what happens. And I think that the people are looking at our Instagram and following us and see, okay, it's a Tuesday. I will log in on Tuesday. I will tune in on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's good to set a date. It's good to set a date, but it's also good to be flexible. But it's also good to stay a date. And the biggest thing is just a humble advice, man, is consistency. You're gonna get tired of it at some point. Just keep it going. Keep it
Yeah.
going, keep it going, keep it going. Because it takes a lot more work and just stress in your mind than people think. But you know, there's a lot of them that come and then disappear. Come and
Yeah.
they think it's easy, and then they disappear. You know, so just stay on it, man. It's not going to be easy, but you got my encouragement, and I'm a fan.
That's nice to hear. Hey, just to round it up, we are already talking almost 50 minutes. It's really nice.
Wow.
We exchanged a lot of information again, which is really, really nice. Please, people, connect with Sahid, connect with me. If you're not following us, follow us on Instagram. Ask us questions. If you need any information about Chrysanthemum of Icon, I can send you a lot of stuff. If you need any more marketing advice, just check in on Sahid. He knows a lot of stuff. He can help you out. And also, we have a lot of contacts. We both have a lot of contacts, so we can connect you and network through us with other people. So that's really nice. Sahid, yeah, the famous last word, bro. What do you want to give the people?
So I'm gonna read Adam's text real quick. Thank you both.
The guy is amazing.
Just to have great friends like you, too, in our industry. You too, Adam. You're doing good things, man. So
Yeah,
congratulations to you. And I love the fact that Adam decided to follow his passion, start his own business, his own startup.
yeah,
And that's really something I like to encourage is entrepreneurship in our industry. And I think with that, we'll continue to grow this industry. So I guess those can be my final words is support people, support Guillermo. Thank you, Guillermo, for doing this. It's adding value to the entire industry, looking at things from a different perspective. I know a lot of our audience could be like, oh man, another show, you know, but everybody
could
does
be.
it their own way. There's a different perspective. There's a different audience. There's a different, you know, so it's really about finding the best in these shows and finding the best things to do with these shows and having intention to adding value to the industry. So congratulations to you, man. And again, I'll never stop saying it. Thank you for that first day we met that you got my business card and went around because small things like that are tokens of encouragement, man. So
Right.
really important to continue to encourage people in our industry that have different mindsets, different opinions. It might not work for you, but be curious, not judgmental. That's my final word. Be curious, not judgmental.
No, just really nice, really nice. And yeah, well, I have to share this little history with you guys about Adam of Blue Monday Video. You know, Adam and I, we were like, you know, we were connected in a way, and I don't know how, and I don't know how it was, but we were at Wulfsa, and then he went to PMA as well, and that was in the same weeks, and it was in 2019, I think. And I said, yeah, I'm with a car, and if you want, you can join me, and we go in car from Miami to Orlando. And we went there cruising, putting on my hip hop music because I'm a pretty fan of hip hop, and he as well. And if you see his face, you're like, what? He is a hip hop fan, and we connected on another way, and yeah, it was crazy. And since then we are pretty good friends. And what you said, and I really want to acknowledge that it's really nice that someone is chasing his own dream, and it is really nice. And he actually has the personality to grow and to make his dream come true and have a really successful
We've worked on about 3 projects now, I think 2 to 3, and we're working on a fourth, fifth now.
yeah.
And just his passion for what he does in detail and understanding that it's adding value to the industry is really important, right? That's something that I like to work with is understanding that it's something that the industry needs. Some people are old school; they're not getting it yet, but you know, be there at the right time at the right place, and sooner or later, it's going to pay off.
I think so. I think so too. Hey, we need to finalize this one. Please, people, check us out. Follow us on Instagram. Give us a shout out wherever you are. If you need anything from us, just don't hesitate to get into contact. And I will see you in the next Icon Selection Connects. Thank you, Sahid, for being with me. I
Thank you, sir, for having me. I
really
appreciate you.
appreciate that you were
Best
here.
of luck with your show, and whatever I can do to help or even promote, reach out, man. We're here. We've talked many times, so we're here to
Will
help as
do.
always.
Will do. Thank
Take
you
care,
so
buddy.
much.
Bye-bye.
And we see.
And let's say bye to our co-host, Adam.
Oh yeah, to Adam. Ciao, Adam.
John and
And to
Adam. Bye,
Jan.
bye, guys. Thank
Jan
you
as
for
well.
being
He
great
was like
co-host.
really participating this time. So really nice. Yeah, Jan. Thanks.
Later, man.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hey, and I'm going to upload this also on YouTube. So if you missed the show, you can see it here on Instagram and on YouTube later.
There you go. Take care, man. And we'll talk later. I'll give you a couple tips on how you could go live on all of them at the same time. We'll talk about that some other day.
Okay,
All right.
let's
Later,
do
bro.
it. Thank you so much, bro.
Bye, John.
Ciao.
Ciao.